Today I'm going to give away a free t-shirt, bring you a Comic Hero Throwdown Showdown fight, bring you comics news, and reveal the books I bought this week. How y'all doing? I'm Victor, and you are watching the Comic Hero Show. Now kick that logo! Welcome to this week's edition of the Comic Hero Show. I'm your host, Victor Nunley, and I am the Comic Hero. It's Christmas 2019 Part 2 here on the Comic Hero Show, and this is another Christmas-themed Comic Hero tee. The CH is in gold letters, and also inside the speech bubble is a Christmas pattern. And my random act of kindness is underway. I just sent some to some people that, earlier today, and if y'all have anyone in mind that is deserving of a random act of kindness, please let me know and I'll do the rest. Alright, it's time to give away a free t-shirt. Alright, on last week's episode I asked, which X-Men villain is a Holocaust survivor? Well, the correct answer is Magneto. And 21 people have answered correctly, and because they've answered correctly, their names have been entered in a drawing for a free tee, and that drawing takes place right now. So the winner of the free tee for this week's episode of the show is Michael Kurspel from Shreveport, Louisiana. So congratulations, Michael, you're winning some free Comic Hero tee. Alright, here's the question for next week's episode, and this is a Spider-Man question. Which insect did Stan Lee get the inspiration of creating Spider-Man from? Now, before y'all answer this, I'm going to tell you this right now. It wasn't a spider. Everyone who answers correctly been entered in a drawing for a free tee on next week's episode of the show. Alright, now D'Angelo Blue from Warren, Ohio is requesting a Comic Hero Throwdown Showdown fight, and this one features two of the most unstoppable characters in the Marvel Universe. Representing Marvel, we have Powerhouse, and also representing Marvel, we have Thanos. These two are going to duke it out in a segment I like to call the Comic Hero Throwdown Showdown. Welcome to the Comic Hero Throwdown Showdown. Today, it's Powerhouse versus Thanos. Powerhouse possesses matter and energy manipulation, energy projection, psionic abilities such as telekinesis, telepathy, astral projection, and precognition. He also possesses teleportation, immortality, and pocket universe creation. Thanos possesses superhuman strength, speed, stamina, durability, agility, and longevity, superhuman physiology of Eternals, skilled hand-to-hand combatant, genius-level tactician, and plasma energy projection. Who will win? Thanos is one of the most arrogant villains in comics. Not only that, but he's also sick enough to take on children. He's going to find out that Powerhouse isn't your average teenager. Thanos attempts to knock out Powerhouse, but the latter telekinetically freezes his arm and causes him to punch himself in the face. This angers the Mad Titan and he fires a lethal dose of plasma energy at Powerhouse, but the latter teleports out of harm's way. Powerhouse then teleports behind Thanos and delivers a swift kick to his behind. Hey, he's still a kid. Thanos is annoyed by this and starts swinging at Powerhouse. What he doesn't know is that Powerhouse telekinetically froze his lethal dose of plasma. Powerhouse then unfreezes it and hits Thanos with it. This brings Thanos to his knees. As a last resort, Thanos uses the Infinity Gauntlet to erase Powerhouse from existence. He then says, "I am tired of your annoyance." Just as he's about to snap his fingers, Powerhouse psionically shuts down Thanos' mind and psionically takes control of the gauntlet. He then says, "You're tired of my annoyance? Well, I am Powerhouse." Powerhouse snaps his fingers and Thanos disintegrates into nothing. Powerhouse wins. And that concludes this fight on the Comic Hero Throwdown Showdown. Alright, thank you again, D'Angelo Blue, for that fight request. I hope y'all enjoyed it, and I'll have another one next week. Now it's time for Comically Speaking, so without further ado, let's talk comics! Alright, there are 3 things we're going to talk about in this segment of Comically Speaking, and the first one is another guest that's been added to the list of guests coming to Louisiana Comic-Con in March, and that is George Newbern. Now, he's a voice actor who's played the voice of Superman on Justice League and Justice League Unlimited, and also played the voice of Superman on Injustice: Gods Among Us. Oh, by the way, the latter is a video game, for those of y'all don't know. He's also done some physical acting as well. He's been on other TV shows like Designing Women. And, I mean, the guy's been around for some time doing both voice acting and physical acting. And if you enjoyed him on Justice League and Justice League Unlimited, or hearing him on Injustice: Gods Among Us, come on out to Louisiana Comic-Con. I mean, the lineup so far is it's looking great. I mean, Kevin Sorbo is going to be there. He's going to be there, and several others. And I can't wait to find out who else is going to be there. And hopefully, for another year, I'll be able to go to Louisiana Comic-Con. All right, now the second thing is that it was announced, Warner Brothers announced at CCXP in Brazil that there will be a sequel to Shazam. And I honestly can't wait for that, because the first one was great. I mean, great cast, great script, great music, great acting. I mean, it was just overall great, especially by that of one Zachary Levi playing the role of Shazam, and all the other cast that were there, and can't wait for the sequel. Now, y'all probably wondering who's going to be the villain. It wouldn't surprise me if Dr. Savannah would be the villain again after seeing that extra scene at the end of it. I was hoping it was going to be Black Adam, but Black Adam's going to get his own movie. And Black Adam's origin is a little different from Shazam, so can't wait. Or as Bart Scott would say, can't wait. All right, now the last thing. The series creators of X-Men the Animated Series are teasing that there's going to be a new show coming soon. Now, old episodes of X-Men the Animated Series currently air on Disney Plus, and I hope this is true. I honestly hope that there's going to be a brand new series, and I hope it's a continuation for the very last episode, which is called Graduation Day. It's where Professor X had graduated all the X-Men before going off into Shi'ar space. And I mean, the series ended on a very high note, and I hope it continues. And I hope there's going to be a continuation on a very high note. Now, granted, there were other X-Men shows that have come on since then. There was X-Men Evolution, and then Wolverine the X-Men, but they honestly didn't hold up to the standard that the anime series back in the 90s had. They really couldn't hold a candle to what the anime series did. I mean, it didn't just. I mean, it also talked about how, how Professor X and Magneto were easily compared to Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and Malcolm X, and it also kind of tackled religion and all the things that go on in the world. And right now, that's what we kind of need. We kind of need a series that's not afraid to go there, and that's what X-Men did. And hopefully, the rumors will be true, and we'll get a new series that picks up where the last one left off in 1997. All right, that's it for Comically Speaking. Now let's get to the comics I bought this week.
Comic books I bought this week.
All right, first up is The Amazing Spider-Man number 35. Batman number 84. Excalibur number 3. Ghost Spider number 4. Justice League number 37. The Marauders number 3. Shazam number 8. Superman Up in the Sky number 6. Valkyrie Jane Foster number 5. Venom number 20. X-Force number 2. X-Men number 3. Excuse me. And finally, Young Justice number 11. Alright, that's 13, which brings the total number of comics that I bought since December of 1997 to 9,741. Alright, well, I hope you enjoyed this week's episode. Here's the question again for a free tea for next week's episode. Which insect did Stan Lee get the inspiration of creating Spider-Man from? Now, before you answer that question, I'm going to go ahead and make it a little easier, but at the same time a little hard for you. It wasn't a spider. Everyone who answers correctly will be in a drawing for a free tea on next week's episode of the show. And congratulations to Michael Kurtzbull from Shreveport, Louisiana, who won a free tea on this week's episode. Alright, we're at the halfway point, and I've done 2 Christmas episodes, and I'm doing 2 more. And, this is one of my favorite times of the year. And that's why I'm also doing this random act of kindness. So far, I've chosen 2 people for this occasion, and if y'all can think of anyone who's deserving of any comic hero merch, please let me know and I'll do the rest. Oh, and yesterday I found out who the 4 teams were for the college football playoffs. It's LSU, Ohio State, Clemson, and Oklahoma. So on episode 291, the final episode of 2019, I'm going to wear a shirt representing shirts representing all 4 schools that are in the college football playoff. And if you're watching this and you are either a student, a graduate, or a fan of any of these schools, good luck. And whoever wins the national championship, I'll wear that shirt again on the episode following the national championship game. Alright, I'm Victor Nolly. I'm the Comic Hero. I'll see you next week for episode 289. So until then, be safe, be blessed, be a hero!